Okay, so with the drivers, we said in terms of setup, what you were getting was quite an extreme sort of lean on that right hand side. Okay, as a result of that, put your hand on your left hand especially a long way underneath, which is going to cause that golf ball to go to the right. Okay, so like a hook shot or a pull in the case may be. Now as a result of that, you required something in the golf to try and hit the ball to the left, which as we said, as you went back, you dropped your spine a little bit as you came through the golf ball, the rising up and the sort of steepening of that shaft, your right elbow now sort of pulling away from the body, trying to sort of pull it through and block it out to the left there. Okay, and two wrongs in your case could make a right, but when they did make a right, it was down the fairway a long way. When it didn't make a right, it was a lost ball, blob or something of the like, left or right. And again, a two-way miss is always tough to play golf because if you're missing it right on the first, left on the second, you get on the third thing, what the hell where am I going to aim? It's like the fairway's not big enough, is it? So what we're going to try to do is get a little bit less tilted. You probably felt when you're playing some of these shots that you're almost on top of the golf ball, but you can certainly see there you are still behind the ball as you should be. Okay, a small amount of spine tilt is sufficiently enough though. Okay, we don't want to be leaning that much. For me, really, the sort of spine, if you sort of do a straight line through your spine, it should go to the golf ball. I would say there, you're probably going certainly a long way right at the golf ball, or left as we look. Okay, so just try and make sure we're going to lean just a small amount. Ball in left heel is fine. And in terms of practice, what we're going to try to do is try and maintain that posture. Okay, you're used to just dropping down, which would have come, I think, a lot from being leaning back and in a position where it's harder to rotate. Once you find yourself on top of the ball a little bit more, it'll be easier to rotate. And we'll give you a couple of drills I say you can work on to go away and practice, but one simple one, you'll get yourself in your golfing posture, sort of shuffle towards a wall, put your forehead on the wall, and then just make a rotation with your arms across your chest, because you'll feel then your head moving. If you push into the wall and you feel that squeeze your forehead, you'll know, oh, I'm going down. So you're trying to rotate and maintain that posture as we swing back. Another good one in the summertime, when the sun comes out, hopefully, if you get yourself onto a tee somewhere or a bit of grass where the sun's behind you and your shadow is kind of there, okay, that sort of position there, if your head's moving and dropping, you'll see your shadow move. So you kind of look at your shadow, but you want to do it so roughly where the sun is above you, about sort of 1 o'clock-ish in the summer, so your shadow is about 6 foot as you are, 6 foot tall, give or take, right? Rather than being at sort of 3 o'clock in the afternoon, the shadow being 20 foot long or whatever. Okay, so find a sort of spot where you can, and again, you can do it in the back garden somewhere, coming up on the golf course, and have some movements. Okay, but what we're looking for, as you said, to try and get it so the swing is more efficient, having less wrongs making a right. If the grip can be more neutral, a bit more on top. Okay, so when you're gripping the golf club, you find you can sort of lift your arms straight up. That's kind of the neutral spot, and from there we're going to tilt behind the golf ball. If we're tilted too much, this left hand being your dominant hand gets a long way underneath and gets a long way underneath and just going to call the ball to hook. And I think that makes sense why you were slicing the ball and guys are strengthen your grip, get it stronger. The problem was you were slicing it not because of your grip, because of that dropping in your spine and the blocking off. So you cured your fault with a fault, which is why now you've got two-way go. You've got left and right misses. Okay, so if we can get that spine angle better, you'll be able to rotate a little bit more in this position back. So as you come through the golf ball, there's less knee, but you're not going to pull away as much. I guess some of the last few shots you played there have been good, rotating through to a more balanced position, I suppose. When you're sort of going down and up, you'll no doubt find some of your drivers, you'll sort of lose a bit of balance in your swing because obviously body parts are going one way, t'other way, and different things. Okay, and that's part of the reason why I think you're okay on straight holes when the fairway and everything's lined up, because symmetrically we like that vision to look down sort of straight lines. But when you get on certain tees, maybe perhaps going across the corner on the 10th or the 11th of the Mac, or 7th is not an easy one, the 18th the button, the tee points the wrong direction, certain tees that line up, the 17th the Max, another one aims to the wrong side. So when you're trying to swing a volley in trouble, those two timing elements that are required by your grip being one thing and that rising up and blocking another, if they're working differently, you're going to get different shots, aren't you? So, so I say through the winter you can sort of work on, got those drills, practice that, get that grip feeling more comfortable. I say if you once a week get a few golf balls, even if it's just coming down here and some balls on here and stuff, so you can get a strike, see where the ball's going to be going, get that grip more neutral, get your body rotating more rather than dropping into it and having to rise up. Because I think if you go down, you've got to rise up, otherwise you'll thump the ground so far around the golf ball. It's going to be any good to anyone. Okay.
No,
Does that make sense to me?
Yeah.
Good. Okay. Have a couple more on with your driver, then we'll see how they go from there. Okay.